Hi, welcome back to the channel. When the ignition key heats up, it is often related to an electrical issue within this system. Since the ignition switch handles high electrical currents, any irregularity can lead to the generation of heat. While a slight warmth might be normal after prolonged use, a key that gets noticeably hot should be investigated, as it could be a symptom of a larger problem. One of the most common reasons for a key to heat up in the ignition is an electrical overload. The ignition switch, like any other electrical component, has a specific current capacity. When there is an excessive current passing through the switch, it can generate heat. This could be due to a short circuit, faulty wiring, or an issue with the car's electrical system. If left unchecked, electrical overloads could damage the ignition switch, wiring, or even lead to electrical fires. Over time, the internal components of the ignition switch can wear out. When the contacts inside the switch become worn, corroded, or damaged, they may not make a proper connection. This poor connection can cause resistance, which in turn generates heat. A faulty ignition switch may also present other symptoms, such as difficulty starting the car, flickering dashboard lights, or sudden engine stalls. The starter motor is responsible for cranking the engine. When it starts to fail, it may draw more electrical current than usual, which can cause the ignition key to heat up. This excess current flow increases the load on the ignition switch, making the key warmer than normal. A faulty starter motor can also produce unusual noises or cause intermittent starting issues. In some cases, the wiring connected to the ignition switch may be loose, damaged, or corroded. This poor connection can cause electrical resistance, leading to the generation of heat. Corroded wires not only cause overheating, but can also pose a risk of electrical fires. Inspecting and maintaining the car's wiring is essential for preventing such issues. Many modern vehicles come equipped with various electrical accessories, such as heated seats, GPS systems, infotainment units, and other electronic gadgets. Using too many electrical accessories simultaneously can put an excessive load on the car's electrical system, including the ignition switch. As the ignition switch works harder to handle the increased current, it may cause the key to get hot. A continually overheated ignition switch may eventually fail. If the switch becomes damaged, the vehicle may not start, leaving the driver stranded. In severe cases, the switch may fail while the car is running, leading to dangerous engine stalls. Prolonged exposure to excessive heat can melt the insulation around the wires connected to the ignition switch. This poses a significant fire hazard. Electrical fires can quickly spread, causing damage to the vehicle and putting passengers at risk. What begins as a hot key can lead to more costly repairs if the underlying cause is not addressed. Replacing a damaged ignition switch or wiring is typically less expensive than dealing with a larger electrical system failure or repairing fire damage. When a key gets hot in the ignition, it's important to act quickly to prevent further damage. Some solutions include, if the key is getting hot, the ignition switch should be inspected by a qualified mechanic. They can check for any signs of wear, corrosion, or poor connections within the switch. Replacing the switch, if necessary, will resolve the issue and prevent further complications. The vehicle's entire electrical system should be checked for short circuits, loose connections, or corroded wires. A thorough inspection of the wiring that leads to the ignition switch can uncover any hidden problems. If the starter motor is drawing too much current, it should be repaired or replaced. A failing starter motor can overwork the ignition switch and lead to overheating, so addressing this issue early can prevent further damage. Reducing the number of electrical devices in use simultaneously can alleviate the strain on the car's electrical system. Turning off unnecessary accessories while driving, such as heated seats or external chargers, can help keep the ignition system from overheating. Like any other vehicle component, the ignition system requires regular maintenance. Routine checks by a professional mechanic can help identify and rectify small issues before they escalate into bigger problems. A hot key in the ignition is not something that should be ignored, as it often points to an underlying electrical issue. From faulty ignition switches to failing starter motors, The causes can vary, but the implications are significant, ranging from ignition failure to potential electrical fires. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button, share, and subscribe to this channel for more informative videos.